I made a custom plan just for you to cure your maladaptive daydreaming in only 7 days. And I guarantee you that you will cure your maladaptive daydreaming by just following the custom plan. You should first determine how long you can daydream for each day. But I created a special time limit schedule just for you. If you daydream more than 10 hours per day on average, your time limit is 9 hours per day. If you daydream 6 to 9 hours per day on average, your time limit is 6 hours per day. If you daydream for 3 to 5 hours per day on average, your time limit is 3 hours per day. If you daydream for less than 2 hours per day on average, subtract 20 minutes from the time you're daydreaming and it'll be your time limit. You may be surprised that there was such a generous time limit set. I gave you a generous time limit because if I had given you a very short time limit, you would find it nearly impossible to stick to it and would eventually give up. Never forget that there's no real benefit to setting a low time limit arbitrarily. Next, arrange your surroundings so that setting a timer will be simple. For example, bookmark a timer website so it's easy to access if you frequently daydream in front of your computer. Or always carry your phone or a timer to set a timer if you frequently daydream while out for a stroll. It is crucial to make setting a timer incredibly simple, or else your likelihood of giving up will rise dramatically. Set a timer for your daily allotment as soon as you wake up. Start it whenever you begin daydreaming and stop it whenever you finish. You should set a severe punishment for yourself, like not daydreaming for 7 days if you continue to daydream after your allotted daily time has passed. However, I fully understand that you accidentally start daydreaming even though you don't want to. Never try to stop daydreaming in this situation. Instead, just let the thoughts wander. Give them no attention and find something incredibly engaging to concentrate on, like reading a book or playing a game. Pick up a pen and write anything around you until you stop daydreaming. If you're in an uninteresting situation, such as a classroom, the key point here is that you must never be entertained by your daydreaming in this situation. If you get even the slightest bit of emotion, such as happiness, from daydreaming, treat it as daydreaming and punish yourself. If you don't get any emotions from daydreaming, count it as if you didn't daydream. Additionally, write down anything, like music, movies, or anything else that causes you to enter a state of maladaptive daydreaming. I'll refer to these items as triggers. If the trigger is something like music or video that can only be accessed by you, never access that trigger after the time limit is over. If the trigger is something like running or reading something that happens naturally in your daily life, get something useful like jokes and memorize it every time you're in the trigger situation after the time limit is over. There is a fail score to count how hard you're getting rid of maladaptive daydream, so prepare something to write down your fail score or just remember it. Your initial fail score is 0. On day 1, you should complete this mission. If you met a time limit on day 1, congratulations! You're one step closer to getting rid of your maladaptive daydreaming. Otherwise, start from day 1 again and add 8 points to your fail score. Here's your updated time limit. At this point, you may be thinking that the best way to get rid of your maladaptive daydreaming is to never access your trigger rather than to limit your time. However, it is almost impossible for you not to access your trigger immediately, and if you restrict too much at the start, there's a big chance that you will give up and start accessing your trigger like crazy. Also, establish regular sleeping and waking hours and put them in writing if your sleep schedule is inconsistent. The ideal schedule is to go to bed and wake up as early as possible. Also, if you don't stick to a sleep schedule, punish yourself by starting over from day 1. Never forget that if you don't finish any of the daily missions, you have to start over from day 1. On day 2, you should complete these missions. If you failed even one mission on day 2, start again from day 1 and add 7 to your fail score. I have a plan for you if your daydreaming interferes with your performance in school or at work. Simply set a 10-minute timer and make every effort to concentrate on studying or working during that period. And after 10 minutes are over, you can decide whether to continue studying or stop and start daydreaming. After the 10-minute timer is over, there's a big chance you'll decide to continue studying or working. Starting on day 3, repeat this procedure at least 3 times a day. Additionally, if you are more emotionally invested in daydreams than in relationships and activities in the real world, make a real-life best friend. If it is hard for you to make friends in real life, it is completely okay. Make a best friend online. You can go to different communities online and make your best friend there. Also, try to talk for at least 10 minutes per day with any of your friends on day 3. On day 3, you should complete these missions. Start over from day 1 and add 6 to your fail score if you failed even one mission on day 3. Here's your updated time limit. If you have a trigger, which is something like running or reading an article that happens naturally in your daily life, meditate every time you're in a situation with that trigger. It's not always necessary to be completely silent or still to meditate. Let me teach you how to meditate even when you're in an activity that interferes with your ability to meditate. Close your eyes if it's safe to do so, and bring your attention to your breath. Notice the sensation of the air entering and leaving your nostrils, or the rise and fall of your chest or abdomen with each breath. As you continue, try to maintain this focus on your breath. If your mind starts to wander, bring your attention back to your breath without judgment. Also, silently repeat a word or phrase with each inhale and exhale, such as inhale, exhale. Another technique is to pay attention to the sounds around you, the sensation of your feet hitting the ground, or the movement of your body. Simply observe these sensations without attachment or judgment, allowing them to anchor you in the present moment. If your triggers only contain something like music or video that can only be accessed by you, you're good to go. On day 4, you should complete these missions. If you failed even one mission on day 4, start again from day 1 and add 5 to your fail score. Here's your updated time limit. You're almost there in treating maladaptive daydream. Even though you have a fairly generous amount of time to daydream, there's a good chance you're experiencing anxiety or depression. If so, engage in your pastime whenever those feelings arise. It also indicates you're making an effort to get out of your comfort zone. You won't experience these feelings whenever you're not daydreaming once you've left your comfort zone. Think of these 7 days as your last chance, and you'll get motivation to keep doing this challenge. On day 5, you should complete these missions. Start over from day 1 and add 4 to your fail score if you failed even one mission on day 5. Here's your updated time limit. You did a fantastic job. I think you learned a lot while controlling yourself. As you continue to control yourself, there will come a time when you feel comfortable being in control. Keeping yourself under control for as long as it makes you comfortable is more crucial than simply doing so for 7 days. So instead of waiting for the 7 days to end, give up hope when that comfortable moment arrives. On day 6, you should complete these missions. If you failed even one mission on day 6, start again from day 1 and add 3 to your fail score. If your time limit was more than 20 minutes on day 6, your time limit is now 20 minutes. Getting rid of maladaptive daydreaming is just one step away. Making it a habit to leave your daydreaming world quickly if you find yourself in it by accident is crucial to preventing maladaptive daydreaming after the plan. Do something unpleasant each time you unintentionally find yourself daydreaming. You could practice meditation or count the alphabet by heart each time you find yourself daydreaming. Even if day 7 is over, keep doing this every time you unintentionally drift off into a daydream state. Also, make a habit of doing missions that you've done during the past 7 days, such as talking to your friend for at least 10 minutes per day and meeting up with the sleep schedule to prevent you from giving up this 7-day plan. Write down a comment in this video every day about what you've done and describe how you're feeling each day. I don't want to scare you, but if your fail score is more than 17, it's quite possible that you will spend a lot of your life trapped in your daydreaming world. So don't ignore this message. Just see a doctor. Also, there's a chance that you're having maladaptive daydreaming again after finishing the plan. However, if you just keep completing missions every day, as I said, that won't happen. So don't worry. Just focus on completing each mission every day. But since I figure you might give up self-control in less than a month, I have a special tip for you to help you stay in control. Simply keep writing comments in this video about your success or failure in the mission and your feelings even after the 7 days are up until you stop daydreaming accidentally. After time has passed, you will feel rewarded by looking at the comments and efforts you've made. So it's like recording your effort every day rather than just writing a comment. Also, if you still feel bad emotions such as big anxiety or depression, when you try to control yourself from daydreaming, even if you've done missions for 3 months consecutively, you must see a doctor as soon as possible. Congratulations. If you've made it to day 7, you are now an immersive daydreamer who has the superpower to make daydreaming super immersive. If you want to be a normal person rather than an immersive daydreamer, subtract 1 minute from the time limit every day starting from day 7. And when the moment that timeout becomes 0 minutes comes, say goodbye to your characters and create a scenario about how you're dying. For instance, if you have a daydreaming world where you're the most famous celebrity in the world, you can pretend that you've died due to a traffic accident, and people will be saddened by that and leave heartwarming comments on your Instagram account. By doing this, you won't get any temptation to join your daydreaming world because you're dead in that world. The most important thing is to never cancel or refine the scenario that you've defined once you define it. However, there's a lot to gain from immersive daydreaming, and even some people try to be an immersive daydreamer and fail while you're already an immersive daydreamer. Click on this video if you want to discover how to take advantage of immersive daydreaming as much as you can.